Moore and Sir Jeff Hurst, the Trevor Brooking and Billy Bonds, Paolo Di Canio, West Ham United. We celebrate our victories, we stick together in defeat. Proud of our history, West Ham United, more than just a podcast, more than just a podcast.
Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning. This is more than just a podcast.
Time.
It is season 12, episode 23. If you've just downloaded this, go back and listen to episode 22 because it's a two-parter today.
It's an absolute stormer.
It's a stormer. Go
You
back.
don't want to miss that. Never another podcast like that ever.
Go and listen to 22 and then come back and listen to 23. But we are doing question time on this episode, so if you can't be asked to hear the rest of them talking bollocks for an hour and you just want to hear your questions read out, then this is a podcast to be at, which means I press this button. Facebook royalty to George there. It's Facebook Twitter question time where you, the 8 listeners, get to ask us the questions or statements of fact or whatever. We haven't done this for a while, so I'm a little bit out of practice. But Nigel, hopefully...
Well, you didn't do it, so the important thing is that Nigel isn't at practice.
Yeah. Well, we once asked you to do it, and you were bloody
awful.
Bloody awful.
I was no Bernard Cribbins, was I?
No,
Let's be honest.
Well, can you while we're waiting for him, can you do your last David Gold impression, maybe, just for the listeners? I know someone asked.
I want to do it. I'll do it another time on Reverb. I'll be his ghost.
Okay.
You ready? I can do a David Gold impression. You ready?
No, that is disrespectful. That is absolutely disrespectful. It's not funny. It really isn't funny.
Well, yeah. Listen, I was respectful. I've kept me quiet for 8. How long has he been dead? 5, 6 days.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm sorry that there was a David Gold loving. Just remember, there are some of us.
I'm surprised you bit your tongue in the
There you go.
I wrote on.
Despite Paul Turner trying to drag it out of me because we'd spoke on the phone, so he knew what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
I still resisted.
And Sean, if anyone should be saying things about making inappropriate jokes about death as well, I don't think you'll want to talk.
Why?
I take you back to Michael Antonio earlier in the season.
Oh, yeah, it was a joke. Anyway,
hilarious.
I've got it again.
Quick, change the subject.
Yeah.
Change the subject.
Question time.
Interesting. He edited this bit out, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Nigel, get us out of this. Bloody.
I don't know if you've seen what I asked, Sean, but I've put 2 games and a death in the family. Much to talk about tonight. Also, question time is back tonight, so get in quick right here. I thought I was being polite at death in the family. No? Anyway, Scotty Neville, who's one half of the Neville brothers, probably, said there seems times when the team is going nowhere, and he's put Grant Roder BFS brackets at the end. Why, when the world and his wife can see it, why can't the board? We slid into relegation with Grant, and he was by first the worst example. Guessing by that, Scotty Neville of the Neville brothers is Moyes out.
He wants.
And that may be all you need to know.
Yeah.
Sean Dyche.
All right. Well, as befits, if the king dies and Sean Dyche is the next king, then
I'll get behind Dyche.
Yeah,
I like Sean Dyche.
Do you?
Yeah,
I love him. I think his
personality is fantastic.
Gone, but
could you do a Sean Dyche impression? Then?
Sean Dyche.
Yeah,
I'll do it naturally, isn't it?
That's not bad, is it?
I'm not gonna.
Just a gravelly voice, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's got a funny accent because he comes from Nottingham, But
Yeah.
the accent is not Nottingham. Because
Oh,
they're
I
like,
think
you
it's-
alright, me
it's
duck?
just-
You know what happens?
Yeah,
when we go
he's not gonna
complete.
say that,
We've
is he?
started digressing
No.
already on question 1. Try and
Oh,
keep on track.
Time.
I
Yeah.
remember, right? Do you know why I like Sean Dyche? We had a cup game at Upton Park years back. I think it was 0-0. We beat him in injury time. But I was sitting.
Ooh, Burnley.
No, Watford. He was at Watford.
Oh, Watford.
Right?
Yeah.
And he directed them. He shouted at every one of them for 90 minutes. And I was not far from behind, because it's a cup game. I didn't have a usual seat. I was behind the dugout. He gave me fucking headache. He was shouting that much. He was telling them to breathe. And I thought to myself, I want this geezer at my. I didn't really know who he was really, but I thought to myself, I want this geezer at me club. I liked him then, and plays 2 strikers.
Yeah.
He's 4-4-2, man. Like a hard-working 4-4-2. But I do, to be honest, I think the
I
time
never saw him as
for him has
a
gone.
long ball merchant. I'd never
No,
seen
he's
him as
not.
a student of Allardyce. I
He
didn't
put-
see him like that.
No, he's not like that at all.
No.
Kirby likes him. He's his mate.
Oh, is it? No,
Yeah.
he comes across well. I'll well, not. Let's wait and see in it. Let the king die first before
Yeah.
we crown the next one. David Everett. I don't know. Any Everetts? Well, Kenny.
Kenny.
I suppose.
Kenny. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rupert.
there you go. Yeah. Who was the tennis player?
No, that was
Everett
Everett.
Lloyd.
Tim Henman.
Oh, was it? No.
Come on,
not
Tim.
Everett Lloyd. Anyway, he said which players that were brought in are actually Moyes signings. He then goes, Emerson for one isn't. I suppose really for Sean, isn't it?
Not true. Not true.
For
I've told
nows.
you everything over the summer was
Yeah.
Newman.
Paquetá, Sean?
Yeah.
What? So they did a deal with Silky then? They allowed him
No,
that
hang
one,
on
did
a
they?
minute. Hang on a minute. Silky did the deal. Of course he did. But it all went through Newman and Moyes. Absolutely. 100%.
Oh, right. So when Silky was crying that they wouldn't talk to him, they changed their mind then?
Look, the person you're referring to said you need to talk to Rob Newman, and this person said, but Rob Newman's not answering my emails.
They're not talking to me.
And in the end, he did answer his emails, and the deal was done. Right?
Oh, right.
Look, you don't need out and out how sausages are made. I can just tell you, over the summer.
Can I just tell you the funny thing? This is how I saw that take
Go
place, yeah? Old Bazza, yeah,
Yeah.
was as quick as I've ever seen him on social media
Yeah.
announcing that West Ham had signed Paquetá and he'd been part of the deal.
He had,
When I
yeah.
say quick, yeah, it was like 10 minutes after while the ink was still drying.
Yeah.
He's out there telling the world, West Ham have got this player, I've done the deal.
Yeah.
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 Go back through Baz's social media posts and find another post like that where he's announced it that quick. That was the peacock fluffing his feathers going, look what I've done, look what I've done.
Yeah. So.
Who's he fluffing his feathers to?
No.
No.
He's
of
just
course
not involved.
No,
he really
yeah,
isn't.
yeah. No,
He
no,
isn't.
yeah. Oh, okay.
There's no way I can prove it to you, so I'm wasting my time. You just have to trust me on this.
All right, okay. I trust you, Sean. You know
Oh.
I trust you. There you go. Chris Jimmy Savile. Oh, no, sorry. I'm being a devil today. Why not? Chris Jimmy Savile Rowe says, do we know if the young guys coming back from loans are in Moyes' plans or are they returning to be sold? He thinks it was Charlie Chester's, Occo Flex and one or two more.
Well, Occo Flex is not going out on loan, so one would hope he's one of the options to be on the bench as something different to Scamacca and Antonio. And you've just reminded me that I got a bit of an update before I came on air. It now looks like Harrison Ashby, because we expected him to go to Newcastle, but no bids coming, and they now think that they're just playing it down so they can just get it on tribunal rather than pay a price now. So it looks like he may go on the free and we get a 0. We'll just get the tribunal price, which would be about 250.
Or they're bringing the spend up early to go for a top 4 push. May not really want him now.
Yeah, what else did I get told? I got told...
Pay the 5 like everyone else.
I got told something... Oh, Declan Rice. That Arsenal and Chelsea lead the way for...
Who in Chelsea?
for Declan Rice in the summer.
Who?
You
Arsenal
said someone and
and
Chelsea.
And who?
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Oh, right. How do you
I'm
know?
not
How
seeing.
can someone tell you that?
Well,
Explain to me how someone can tell you that.
They read
Has
it in
there
the
been bids
newspapers.
been
no,
put
it
in?
wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Well, has there been a bid put in? Has Sullivan told you there's a bid put in for?
No.
Right.
This comes
So
from
what?
this comes from people closer to Rice's people than the club's people. I'm not saying more than that.
I don't think you possibly can, to be honest. They just they can say what they like.
Yeah, I know.
Why do you go?
Well, they're trying to look. Sean Rice is probably doing the best for his son in.
Oh, I'll
geeing
bet
up-
your life he is. I've done well
geeing
not
up
to swear than I
interest,
really did.
and he would prefer to stay in London. He ain't going to go to Spurs, so if Chelsea won't stump up the money, then he could find himself at Arsenal. And we're not going to get under $1 million. Someone said to me.
No, I know. I would never said he would.
Well, the biggest, the most expensive defensive midfielder ever sold was like 70 million.
Which is the guy who we talked about last time was
Yeah.
on. You ignored me.
Yeah, I know. Well, I often do.
Yeah.
Who is it?
I don't know. I ignored him. Well,
The
how would
Man
I
United
know?
fella. Anyway, it was 60. It was 60 million.
Well,
but
there was
there was
one-
another one.
Man United and Man City.
Don't go there, Sean, please. Don't wind me up.
What?
Don't go through it again. Fucking Abbott and
Oh,
Costello.
just move on.
Jimmy then says condolences to Gold's family and Brady outs.
Brady out.
And Chris, I didn't offend you. It's all in jest.
Yeah, you could have come up with other Savills.
Yes, I know. I think I called him Savile Row last time.
That's
but
very
I'm
nice.
doing
that
this.
is. Spelled differently, of course.
Yes, I'm doing this off of Facebook, and it is an absolute nightmare on the Facebook. Jumps about like everything. Anyway, next up, Super Chrissy Mills. Evening always says 2 decent results. This is what I love. The positivity is oozing out of Chris. Finally, and hopefully a turning point in the season. How many points do you think we'll lose by not getting in some proper decent fullbacks though? This desperately needs addressing, and he's right. It's been a disaster this season. Brady out.
Brady out.
And what did that arsehole do to get her 2 million or whatever it was? Unbelievable.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about? She earned her normal.
No.
She earned a normal fee, 1.2 4 million inflation, and she earned a £1 million finder's fee, as she did with Trip Smith, for arranging a new investor in the form of Daniel Kredinsky, who got the same with Trip Smith when he invested 10%. That is part of her contract. That's a bonus she got. I don't think she gets it all up front. I think it gets paid over 5 years. If
But
it's the
doesn't
same.
if she's a shareholder, doesn't that increase
She's not a
her?
shareholder. She's not a shareholder.
Oh, all right, fair enough. I'll take it all back.
I know she said she's a shareholder, but she's not listed on the share.
not,
You
no.
know,
Well, she's
on
lying
Company's
then, she's not a
House.
shareholder.
It's listed, and there's two things. Number one, she has said she's a shareholder, but she's not listed on Company's House as a shareholder, and she's not listed as a shareholder in the House of Lords members' interests. So no, she's not a shareholder.
All right. If they want to give her fucking money for a rope, that's their business.
It's her third £1 million bonus. She got one for the Olympic Stadium or London Stadium. She got one for bringing in Trip Smith, and now she's got another one for bringing in Kredinsky. Go on then, say it, Len. Go on, say it.
I said Brady out.
All right, okay.
Brady out.
Well, but the magic bit is, well, I try to be polite. Was, what did that arsehole do to get the 2 million? Well, I could say something very crude about what the arsehole took to
No,
get
that's
the 2
so
million.
awful. I'm sending her a little clip of what I don't know if you heard what he said, that David Gold in the interview I ran last week said about her. I mean, I'm sending her that clip. So
She did make him a cup of tea. I think.
well,
that was
that's it. That's it. Well remembered. He goes.
Yeah.
So one of our listeners asked, has Cameron Brady ever made you a cup of tea? And he said, well, I've been around her house, and he said, but you don't ask royalty to make you tea. And said some
I've
really
got a
nice things about
story,
her.
right?
Go on.
Oh, Kirbishley, Alan Kirbishley, when he went round,
Name drop, Clang.
I can't help it if he mates play fucking football, can I? Fucking hell. No one else talks to me. Anyway,
Clang.
when he went round Sullivan's to sort
Clang.
his payoff, right? Yeah. Right? He says to me, went in the Sullivan's gaff, right? He says, there's a massive place it is. And he said, do you want a cup of tea? And he said, yeah, right. And like he thought he was like, he said it was so big and grand. He thought there was going to be like a butler to make a cup of tea. He went, come on in. And he went into the kitchen, and Sullivan made the cup of tea. And he said when he's made a cup of tea, he went down the fridge, and he's got a little jug of milk with cling film over it. So he was like, go away, you mums, for a cup of tea. Like working class mother, and he pulls that cling film back, makes a cup of tea. So you saying you don't go around royalties and make a cup of tea? Sullivan makes people
There
tea
you
when
go.
he goes round.
There you go. Good story.
Apparently he was really
Story,
good.
bro.
Kirby, she told me, just finish it off to give him even more kudos, Sullivan, which I don't do often. He says he was really good about it. He said he was quite surprised, understanding all about it and everything.
Sorry, about what?
Because paying him off.
the
He
club
said,
owed him his
right,
money.
the compensation, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but
it's
he
just
didn't.
a business
like,
transaction to him.
But he said he sorted it out like the next morning. He said he'd come round the next morning. And he didn't go through lawyers, and because he had Kirby, he said he had a right bad time over it, even though he was in like the right. He said it was a horrible thing to do to go through court. He said he made me feel really ill, even though he knew he was going to win. Wasn't very enjoyable.
Well, he was a fan of the club as well. with
Yeah,
Kirby,
exactly.
so
Yeah, he had a
it's-
good
it's
time
bit-
through the club.
He
really.
grew up West Ham family and everything, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that was that. He said he's got a lot of time for him. He said he was good about it.
Good.
That's January the 9th. You won't hear me say another nice word about him all year.
All
Sullivan.
right, done.
If he makes
next
the
up,
year out,
Oof.
well, he
well,
might,
yeah.
might set up.
Oh, yeah. Well, nature's not. Anyway, Stelios Kyriakou ain't got a question, so there you go. I don't know why he posted anyway.
Well,
He wants to
why did
promote.
he do it then?
Yeah, because he just wants
What's
to
he
post.
think we're going
that-
to do? Read out the fucking web address?
Yeah.
Names.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you want, it's www.idon'tgivefreeadvertsout.com. But you can check his video out. Look at it tomorrow on 6'2". Anyway, next up, it'd be Dodsey, a 6'2" roving reporter. All right, my handsomes, how you
Hang on 1 minute.
doing?
Just before you do that, can
Yeah.
you mention one other person you know, Len? Famous person.
What? Famous person?
Yeah.
What, West Ham player?
Yeah.
What was Alvin? There's, oh, I see. You got sound effects. Dev?
That's he's gone to get his pots and pans. Look,
Anyone else?
That'll do. I'm not going through all
Not,
of them.
how about David Cross?
Oh, of course, Crossy, yeah.
yeah, this is.
Yeah,
We're
no,
gonna
go
get
on,
a
carry on.
BAFTA for
Yeah,
this
we
one.
don't want to go through all of them.
Yeah, I can feel it. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. You just your comical
least they're real
timing is
friends.
outstanding, Sean.
Yeah. Someone who fucking emails Sullivan every day. I'm going to take it from him, and I don't know Sullivan.
That sounds like a Bellwood.
Go
A
on.
Bell End, George. I don't know about a Bellwood. Anyway, Sean Dodsey says, how's the diet going? He says, it said the camera never lies, but there must be at least an extra 2 stone in them pictures.
What pictures?
You put pictures on the face in the group chat or something.
Didn't
He says, Len,
Yes.
what's more annoying, Sean, the London Stadium, or Karen Brady?
Oh, fucking
That's
hell.
a difficult one.
Well, I'm not giving up Sean, believe it or not. I'm not giving the other 2 up, so... I think, London Stadium, because I wouldn't
London
hate Brady if it wasn't the Leyden Stadium.
Yeah. All right.
And
George, I can't ask John because your dad's not here, but George, what is the funniest story you have on Sean that will embarrass him? Brady outs.
Brady,
Do you want to think about it?
Yeah, I'll come back to you. I'm trying to think.
Oh, we'll come back to that.
Don't.
AI Sean then said, don't forget Sean agreed to race Nigel round the Olympic Stadium before the end of the season, to which Dodsey replied,
Oh, I've got one.
oh yeah. Oh, that, I forgot
was-
about that. Maybe Nigel could run round Sean now with the added weight. Go on.
Sean was Weight Watchers Slimmer of the Year in what year,
right,
Sean?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I've heard this
And he
so
was
many
on the
times
front-
and it still cracks me up.
He was on the front cover of the magazine in a big pair of trousers holding them out. Like,
That is
what year was that, Sean?
I don't know. It wasn't a
What year was that?
come on in.
I don't know.
Make yourself at home.
2003, 2004. something like that, 2005.
Oh, do you know, I remember, George, honestly, I remember once spending an hour trawling through Weight Watchers of the Year trying to find a picture of it. It was just... I can see him with these big trousers down there. Sean proudly lost the thing. And then 2 years later, I kept the trousers, luckily. Yeah.
Are you having fun?
Oh dear, I'm only joking, Sean. Anyway, next up is Adam Leatherbarrow, whose wheel fell off. Evening, people. He's one for change, but I think given the current situation we're in, Moyes is the one that can steer us away from it. Now we've
We have
fully
to
fit
start
defence.
Saturday.
This may help with results. Zuma and a Gerd or a guard partnership is the one I really look forward to. He does go, which I may not disagree with, change needed in the summer though.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, hopefully, if he does turn it round in the next 2 games, then we can start thinking about it then.
Yeah.
But it may seem a little bit more harsh, depending on how we do.
It depends. If you stay up by the
Because-
skin of your teeth and you don't get a decent cup run, and by decent I mean
Well, this is it.
semi-final or glory.
It's not
in
out the
quarter
realms
final,
of possibility for a man of David Moyes' stature, regardless of the bad form, that he could steer us into 15th, 16th, get us to the Europa Conference final, and get us to a cup semi-final. Then it's going to be tough to sack him after them.
Yeah.
Just down to the luck of the draw, and not too much improvement. See what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, that's it. That I can. He is capable of turning, and this is why I've sort of backed him all the way. Not only because he is the man in the seat, but because he has shown in his 20 years of managing that he is capable of doing it. The people come out with these great stats. Oh, he's never won. It's amazing now that he's never won away at the top 6 in his football career, which is not a true stat. The stat is that he's never won away at Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool and Man United. So not actually 6 but 4. And that is, while that is true, when you look at the time David Moyes has spent in the Premier League and look at West Ham's record, You know, in 70 odd games, West Ham's only won 7 times away from home. So we got nothing really to brag about either.
Move on.
Yeah, Neil Edwards. Hello, Neil, and welcome. Eddie the Eagle Edwards, we shall call him. With a draw at Leeds and a cup win, things are looking a little more positive. I like that. I'm firmly in the back the manager camp as well. Sam Allardyce has said, I'm with Neil all the way, because he never wanted him appointed in the first place. Blimey, I could have wrote this. Fans talk a lack of loyalty. I tell you what, this could be me writing this. Fans talk of a lack of loyalty in the game from players, yet we are the first to call for players to be dropped and sold when they're out of form. Or in this case, a manager to be sacked at the first sign of trouble. God, it's my kindred spirit. Yes.
It's a year of trouble.
Hold up, let him finish. 2022, yes, was a pretty poor in terms of league results, but we did still finish 7th last season, and we can climb the table, and who knows, we could win a cake. Keep the faith, people. My God, it's like me in a WhatsApp group. Show some loyalty to the manager of our club, and it may just pay off if it doesn't. Let's see who is available in the summer and go from there. He says, any thoughts on this approach of staying loyal to the manager has rescued us from the precipice. Hold up, let him finish and you can chime up. From the precipice of internal war over the move to the bowl and give us 2 of the best seasons in our history. He's overplayed it a bit there, but apart from that, post of the evening, Neil, or post of the year.
Yeah.
Well done.
Has he posted before, Neil? I don't recall his name.
He says,
You can post again if you want.
Brady out.
Brady out. I do want to address this, which he did invite me as to address the keeping faith in the manager.
Yeah.
Why would that increase his chances of improving though? I don't understand why people having faith from afar, why that would make him a better or worse manager, because in my experience, if he had people on his back, he might have a bit of I shall you. So I don't understand how having faith in the manager would improve things. It might make you feel better as a fan having faith.
Yeah,
but I don't understand.
Better. What I get what you're saying. Will it improve the game, or will it improve our situation if the fans showed him a bit more support on social media?
Yeah.
Probably not. No.
Social media, that's down to him. It's up to him not to look at it.
Yeah.
But
because I don't see a lot of negativity in the stadium.
No.
I don't think fans go for that, and I generally don't think the ones that want Moyes out are anti-Moyes. They just think that the time's come to change the manager because of how football is now, and how our club has changed too. If you know what I mean. What I'm saying is how we've started to keep up with modern football to our detriment, really. But I don't really, although it's nice to sort of be a positive person, and it will make you feel better to show faith in the team and the managers. I don't understand how that does improve it literally. So I don't know. I think people generally who want a change in manager, like myself, just think the time has come where he's not the best man for the job anymore.
But people don't talk about that at the stadium. I agree with Nigel, and I don't agree with him very
No,
often.
but that's not the place to do it.
You don't hear people shouting Moyes out or going,
I wouldn't expect it either.
Go, you know?
And it is a more, as Nigel's alluded to, it is more of a social media thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And, and I don't go, although I'm Moyes out, I don't go on social media and say Moyes out or be aggressive. But on the other hand, it's hard to discuss West Ham as well without talking about Moyes, isn't it? Well, so it is a self-manifesting.
I don't know. A few weeks ago, you weren't Moyes out. You actually said, "Well, don't label me, Sean."
Because my theory has always been, I'll give you right up to Christmas to make any mistake you want.
Fair enough.
And change as many mistakes.
So you're firmly...
And then when you go back after the World Cup,
Okay.
I want to see it in place and it working. And what we've had is 4 games with 4 different teams playing 4 different ways.
So that's interesting.
And
You're firmly Moyes out, right? And you
I
can't
am now,
accuse me
yeah.
now. I'm back the manager.
Listen, if he
until he's
turns around
sacked.
the next 2 games, I'll be like everyone else saying think again in
I'm
the summer.
back
I'm
the
not.
manager till he gets sacked, which is so is Nigel. Where does that leave you, George?
No, but that
Moyes
doesn't
out.
make any sense.
Okay,
What does that mean, back the manager till he gets sacked?
Well, that means that you back the manager until the board decide
Or-
to
well,
dispense
that-
with his
that-
services. You don't
That's
try
right,
and
yeah.
use your social influence.
But what
to
does
get rid of
backing the manager mean? Would you go there with I love Moist t-shirts on? What?
No.
What
'cause
can we
that's-
do?
No, all we can do is support the manager and not.
I reckon he
like
would, though.
How
He
do we
would.
support him?
Would-
How do we
by not
support him?
booing him and booing his
Well, no, I
players
don't boo him
or
either. But this is what I'm saying. I don't boo him either. But I'm
running
still.
social media campaigns against him, or
If
running
anyone on the
YouTube,
podcast was going to wear an
phone-
I Love Moyes t-shirt, it would be Sean.
A pink one.
Yeah.
But this is it. I don't understand that backing the manager. What is that? What choice
Backing
have
the
you got
manager means
by
backing
not
the-
being a sociopath? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah, basically.
But people aren't. You're trying to tell me
Well,
everyone in
they
the
are
crowd.
on social media, and maybe these are
No, they're the ones you're seeing because, like I just said before, I mean, I'll be doing a blog for the first week. The most seen one is me saying I think time's up for Moyes.
You've been
I
doing
do
a
one
vlog.
about Steve Bacon, who's a real West Ham legend.
Yeah.
No one's interested. This is the club we support now. It's changed. No one's anti Steve Bacon, are they? It's the same thing. I've just sort
No,
of.
but the fan base is going to change because at the end of the day, it's doubled in size. So
Yeah, you've had the ones
and-
that weren't interested
and
before.
a percentage, quite a large percentage, depending on what you believe in, of the people that went week in and week out at Upson Park have walked away. So therefore,
Which would be
if
me
you
next
say-
year.
no,
You
but
say that
that's what I'm
every year,
saying.
Len. You say that every
No,
year.
but
Yeah, and everyone's apologised for this year.
and if
Talking
you,
me
and on
back
that
into it.
basis though, the fan base, you can see it. The fan base has changed. The difference, and
I
the
agree.
club has changed.
Can-
The club,
Before
yeah,
we
and
go
I get it.
on to a completely off the track, can we try and bring it back
Albeit
to question
relevant.
time? What was the
Well.
original question?
Well, if Neil's going to ask a good question, you're going to get better discussion from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna leave you, lads.
Remind me what
I'm gonna
Neil's
leave you.
question was.
All right. Well, look, it's half time, George. You might as well hang about till
Yep.
the second half starts.
No, I've got to go.
See you, George. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for
Bye,
entertaining a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Sweet
Cheers,
soon.
George.
I'll get my coat.
Next up, then, I'll jump. AR Sean. Evening, gents, and Happy New Year from Yorkshire. Nick Harvey. He says, has Sean bought himself a blue tick wanker on Twitter for Christmas? Laughing. Funny you should say that. He didn't buy it for Christmas, but he did buy it for himself.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people have.
Yeah.
I noticed. There's quite
Could
a few.
be
blue
good investment if it works. You know, you've
Well,
got.
do you know what? It's two things I'll say about it. You do get a few extra.
Would you
he
get?
sees more Moyes outers who ain't
Sell it
supporting
to me.
him behind the
So
manager.
Sell it,
Right. First
sell
of
it to me, Sean. Why should I have a blue tick?
Right. First of all, you are allowed to edit for 30 minutes. You can edit it. So if you make a mistake, which I often do,
It's good
you can,
for
you
Sean.
can edit it.
That
Second one, right, is you can publish a lot longer videos. So actually, I published a video from
I wondered how you done that.
Sadiq Khan, like 25-minute video
Yeah.
from the London Stadium. So I'm allowed to do long videos. Yeah, so you can publish long videos on it. The third thing, and probably the most important thing is, and this is not sort of an unwritten rule, is your reach is a lot better with a blue tick. Now, it shouldn't be like that, but I can tell you it is. The numbers, my David Gold tribute, which I put up, the David Gold image of when he died, and within minutes of hearing about it, I put it up, and it's pinned at the moment. Coverage is like 700,000.
All right.
And I just Right, what is it? No, it's
I just see that
644,000.
read.co.uk advert again, Sean. Can I just
Yeah.
say that is hilarious.
644,000 for that. All it is a simple image of David Gold, 1936 to 2023. So it had 159 comments, 329 retweets, and 3,627 likes. So a lot of the videos are put up get thousands and thousands. I just find it's a lot better actually. And I'll tell you a small bit, right? And you'll think this is very funny. But actually, because I've got a blue tick and West Ham have got a yellow tick now, I'm often more
People
mistaken
think
for
you're.
West Ham.
I've noticed people
Yeah.
think that now.
Yeah.
Oh,
More than
someone
ever.
did tag you in by mistake.
Oh, lots of people tag me.
Yeah, as if
Yeah.
you're West Ham. Yeah.
Well, considering he's 4 inches up their arsehole every fucking time, there's not too much of a difference, is
And
there?
what's a yellow tick then?
A yellow tick's for an organisation.
Oh, right.
And I'm a big Elon Musk fan, so actually I should have mentioned at the beginning. I'm coming to you live by satellite. My internet connection. I'm hosting this on my Starlink. So don't do that deliberately to make it sound bad. I'm coming to you. I've got a Starlink satellite dish, which is beaming up to the satellites. 200. Oh, shut up. 220 meg download and 15 meg upload in a satellite dish, and I could be anywhere in the world. And
I wish you was.
all for £460 for the dish and £75 a month. There you go. That's my advert for Starlink satellite. And
What's the
Elon
commitment
Musk.
with that blue tick? Can you have it for a little while?
Yeah, 1 month.
Test it out.
1 month. And it's only, don't get it on the app, right? Don't get it on Apple because it costs £11.
I haven't got it on my phone.
Apple. You've got to buy it on
Twitter.
the web, and it costs £6.99 a month, and your commitment is only 1 month. There you go. Be a blue tick wanker like me.
Yeah, all right. There's a discussion to be had there then. Okay.
Oh, now you're thinking you might be a blue tick wanker. You could put your content on there, couldn't you?
No, that's what. This is the funny thing. Yeah, we'll have a look at that then. Because I did wonder. I started watching that video of that woman talking about the. Believe it or not, I was that bored. They're talking about the London Stadium.
Yeah.
So the snotty-nosed Tottenham woman, Tory, pushing the LLDC.
Started following me.
I'm thinking, how long is this video? Because it was like going on. I'm thinking, normally you only get 2 minutes and 20 seconds on Twitter. And you had about 20 minutes.
21 minutes, yeah.
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 And that was viewed by like 7,000 people, believe it or not, just like you.
Yeah. So there's an idea to be had.
There you go.
Next up, Billy Allen. Does the death of David Gold affect the day-to-day running of the club and players' positions we're looking to sign in the window?
There you go. By the way, just to come back, 60 minutes is the limit on blue tick.
Right. Okay. Right,
and you get prioritised conversation rankings. There you go.
Yeah, means nothing to me, Sean. But anyway.
Well, it does to Len, who knows about this stuff.
Yeah. He's gone
I'm
to
just
sign
thinking
up.
of making money, you know me.
Yeah, of course.
Speculate to accumulate. Right,
Yeah,
David,
that's not a lot, really.
No, it ain't. Does the death of David Gold affect the day-to-day running of the club? No.
So, just to be really quick, David did not run the club day to day. He was on the executive holding board. Obviously, they have meetings. He had 2 seats on the board. One was Dan Cunningham, which is his brother, son-in-law. And as I said earlier, I think the other seat might be taken by Vanessa. But obviously, the board and their shareholders do vote on any expenditure over 2 million, and that will now be taken by Dan Cunningham on behalf of the Gold family, is my understanding. So no, it doesn't affect the day-to-day running.
Right, okay. Thanks for that, Bill. and that's genuine. Grant Croxford, it's the carrot cruncher from Bicester. Evening, chaps. Were you surprised to the reaction of David Gold's death? Seems like people forgot that he was the G in the GSB out and instead remember him as their surrogate granddad. He said, thank you, Sean, for re-releasing his 2015 interview and reminding everyone all the things DG said about the London Stadium, the fans' opposition to it, and the position the club would be in 5 years off the move. Brady out.
I thought it was, you had to put it in context for 2015, but
Yeah.
I thought
I'm going to have to. I didn't get a notification about this.
Yeah,
I
so
haven't
listen back to it because it is interesting. Because if you listen to it and listen to what he says, I think he died a disappointed man.
Oh.
I don't think so. I
You
think he was
don't?
always an optimist, and
Oh, was he? So he said, I'd
Yeah.
be disappointed if we
But
weren't
you know what?
challenging.
saying that,
Talk
I
over me while I tell you what he said.
Go
'cause
on then.
obviously, yeah. As I
Go on then.
point out what he said, yeah. He said, I'd be a disappointed man if in 5 years, interviews done in 2015, people, we're not challenging, at least challenging for the top floor regular.
we did so.
Regular.
After
On
5
2
years.
years, I think we had a
That
chance.
is not regular.
Well, it depends on your definition.
And
2
only
years
one
running,
of those did we challenge for the top four.
I'd say that we had a chance at one point in another year. But
Well, the year we finished
you're
seventh,
never going to see eye to eye to me.
No,
on
no,
this.
no. The year we finished seventh, yes, we were in fourth spot for a long time. But when you look at it, it's because we'd played 3 or 4 games more than the other teams around us. And when they played their games in hand, that's when we dropped down.
Talking of that, I watched the BBC video that I was part of.
Change the subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the one I
remember
mean?
that one. Yeah, the brand one, where you made me feel
The
near enough
gold one.
physically
It was called-
sick.
What was it called?
No, it was the BBC. They had you interviewed, and all you banged on about was brand this and brand that.
Well, the
Oh,
Olympic
yeah.
Stadium, how the hammer struck gold.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not your finest moment,
and-
Sean.
No.
Well, I disagree. And,
Oh,
and
what did you do now?
Hello, the ego has landed.
I think if you played it to everyone, fucking, I think
two
they'd agree
things.
with us.
number one, we were talking that we've outgrown this stadium. There were commentators on there saying, "I will guarantee you, some bloody professor, gold will sell to the Chinese or this or that or Middle East companies by 2020." Right? Never happened. They'll sell out as soon as possible. And your friend Peter, what's his name?
Caton.
Peter Caton, quoted on there is, "We can't even fill the Boleyn ground.
No, but
There's
hold
no
up,
way
Sean.
we would fill the London
Hold up,
Stadium."
Sean.
Direct quote from
Sean.
him.
Let's be fair, and this is the thing people don't get. Yeah, we never sold out Upton Park. Yeah, they had to throw tickets out to community groups, even when we played the teams. Do you remember? Come and see City Superstars.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had to give hundreds of tickets
gotta
away
admit now-
to community groups for that game. Yeah,
But it has turned out, that element has been turned out to
Hold
be a
up.
success.
Right, yes. So let's take that element since you've started.
Yeah.
Is that a success?
Yeah.
I will hold my hands up. I thought top whack 50-odd thousand would do well if we got that, and that would be big games. Now, 60-odd thousand.
62
But
and a half.
we'll get the question. Let's face it, Sean. Let's not lie. We know there's hardly ever 62,500
62
people
and a
in the
half
ground.
sell, though. Who
Hold up.
cares whether they turn up or not?
Oh,
And
Sean.
I know, spoken like a true spin doctor, Sean. Yeah, the bald apologist there.
No, it's like you, people like you who refuse to sell their seats when they don't go.
Well,
know?
yeah,
It's your
but Sean,
fault,
I've
Leave
been-
it
Sean,
empty. My
actually,
seat,
Sean,
I'll leave it
Sean,
empty. That mentality.
Sean,
Go on.
I've not been to 2 games this season, and they were both cup games.
Is that true?
That is true. 2 cup games I've missed.
I thought you missed a lot more than that, to be honest.
Well, actually, tell a lie. 3 cup games.
You didn't miss any home games.
No, I've been to every league game.
I think I've been to every game, except the ones I've been on holiday.
That's
Well,
not going
means
every
you-
game,
Not
is
game every game then, Sean. Yeah. See, you wasn't at the last home game because you
Which
was
one?
in America. Well, the last home game. Did I not say that right?
Well, I
You
think if you
wasn't-
check the ticket entries, you'll find I was.
No, you wasn't.
If you check
Finley
the Turnstile
Took
interest,
some of his mates with him. Because you remember the story you told about how
Oh, yeah.
Finley's mate
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
get in? People know you weren't at the game,
oh
Sean.
right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, dummy. Listen. So
My
anyway,
seat's always used.
it doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is, we know that many people were in the game. But anyway, let's take that, Sean, as well. Is how have they achieved that? By making the tickets so cheap.
And that's a good thing
Right.
as well, is it not?
Listen. Yeah. More people in the ground. But here's the thing. When David Goals talks about teams and their attendances, yeah, the thing about it, why is it could be a good thing or not a good thing, is yes, more West Ham fans can now see how crap we are at times, but B, the money generated doesn't go into the club though, does it? Because actually, when you look at the price of the tickets, yeah, I pay for 2 adult tickets less than I paid for
I
an
remember.
adult ticket, Sean.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
It is a good thing, but considering this is a club that really needs the money,
We made a profit. We made £12.5 million profit.
but that's not going to achieve anything in the long aim of it. Is it?
Oh, you can't win, can you? You know, there's
But
no,
no, but hold up,
make
Sean.
money, charge too
Sean,
much.
what was the
People are
point of
never
moving?
happy.
What was the point of moving?
I think we are better off where we are from a... Look, let's not go through this because we'll be here all night.
Well, no,
Sean,
what?
I've
Don't-
just watched-
It's a quick question, Sean. What is the point? What was the point of moving?
We made a move so we didn't have to rebuild the stadium and be in debt for a stadium, and we wanted to get above the 36,000 that we'd sort of hit a ceiling there.
Oh,
The
right.
transport links wouldn't have supported putting 60,000 in the bowling ground.
So it weren't to move to the next level then.
Well, I think that was the ambition of the two chairmen,
Oh, dear. See,
and
fucking hell,
it's good to have
wanting it was.
ambition.
There you go, ambition, people.
Thanks.
Steve Mothersoul says, "Evening, gents." He says, "Do you feel the same as I do, that the World Cup has knocked this season into a cocked hat?" He says, "I'm not really feeling it at the moment, to be honest."
No.
Brady out.
Radio, no, me neither. I'm not feeling it. I don't know
Can
if
I-
it's the World Cup though.
Can I make a
Yeah, please do.
possibly a strange? I actually enjoyed the break, the winter break, and I actually think the World Cup worked being played in the football season. Much like the Rugby World Cup is played during the rugby season. And perhaps I thought the standard of football in the World Cup wasn't bad, and that could be that you're always going to get players that get injured and miss tournaments. You get players that get injured at the long. That actually the players were fresher for it being in the November, December, than at the end of a long season and flogging them out. So yeah, I wasn't averse to it actually. I don't know if that's, right or wrong. I actually think that they could change the football season to run from January to October every year. So I enjoy football in the summer. Do you not think that could be possible?
Well, it's always possible. If someone found the financial advantage of doing it, you might see it.
Yeah. But he's quiet, isn't he? Has he gone for a walk or something? Has he took the dog out?
No, I'm still here.
Oh right. What are you
I've got-
looking up then?
I've
'Cause
got
you've gone-
I've got a bit of a. I didn't tell you this, but I've got a bit of a plumbing emergency.
Oh,
What, personal or
Yeah,
like?
personal,
Oh right.
not
Well,
personal.
Oh
Personal.
right. I was going to say, what, you're not well. Oh, right.
Yesterday, water started gushing through at Shireen's house through the ceiling, and
Oh.
for anyone out there, it's the blue expansion tank for a hot water system actually
Oh, right.
split.
Oh wow. Was it not proper
a lot
lag
of
then?
water.
No, well, it wasn't a case of being lagged. It was in the airing cupboard. It just split. Like there's a small rust hole.
Oh.
So
You mean the cylinder?
the cylinder, yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
not
it's a
the
little
tank.
expansion tank.
The immersion heater, we call that, Sean.
Well, no, it's above the immersion heater. So
Oh,
So I'm going to tell this story. I know it's not a plumbing podcast, but I've got to tell this. So we're with
you haven't
Lloyd's.
got to. You're choosing to. Go on.
We're with Lloyd's, right? And
Lloyd's?
Lloyd's Insurance,
Lloyd's.
home insurance, emergency cover, which goes to Allianz, right? And Allianz subs it out to CET, which is like a property company, and who sub it out to any plumbing firm. So this happened at 2:00 yesterday, and at 6:00, plumber turns up from, I forget where they're from, Metro Plumbing. And he went, oh. He said, you should have asked for an unvented plumber. I went, I don't know what an unvented plumber is. He went, you got an unvented system. I can't touch this. I'm not certified for unvented systems. He said, didn't you tell him? And I went, I don't know what an unvented system is. He said, well, they should have asked you. So I rang them back again. First thing this morning, because they couldn't send anyone out last night. Emergency, ceilings collapse, water everywhere, everything, no heat, no water. And they went, by the way, I need an unvented plumber, and the part we need is a blue cylinder expansion thing. Could you send the part with the plumber? And they said, no, we need an unvented plumber who's certified to make a decision what's wrong. You're not qualified, and nor is the plumber we sent yesterday, because they're not an unvented plumber.
This better be good.
And I said, but I've got a video with the split and water coming out. And they went, well, sorry, we've got to send an unvented plumber. So we got then a message this afternoon. Your unvented plumber will turn up between 12:30 and 3:30. No one turned up. So I rang up. I've made 16 calls. And they keep on going, oh, well, we need to call the subcontract who calls the subcontract, calls the subcontract. No, you can't talk to them. Anyway, the gist of it is, I'm still without heating. I'm still without water. I'm still without a bloody part. And I'm still without an unvented plumber since 2:00 yesterday on Sunday. There's
That's
no
it.
punchline to the story. And
You
the reason I'm busy is I'm trying to still get a bloody unvented plumber to sort out so we can have heating, water, and in the
It's
house.
on your house.
Huh?
This is Shireen's house.
It is, yeah.
They'll fucking do it then.
No, I'm dealing with it because she doesn't do.
I love these. She wants to be a property owner. She don't. Does she live there or?
Yeah.
Well, what does she buy house then if she can't fucking phone people up?
Well, I deal with it, but you have to go through all the data protection. Anyway, don't worry. I'm on the.
I'm
policy.
not worried. I just like to point out this is a West Ham United podcast.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
Number
You asked
5
me
in
why
Ian
was
Dale's podcast of the year, and you're telling us about your fucking split cylinder in your girlfriend's house.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
you asked me why I was.
we won't be putting this episode up.
No.
For the what
I'll
are them?
cut this lot out.
What are them awards called? What do they call them?
The Sonys. No.
I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking the
By
football
the way,
content
thanks
awards.
for Ian Dale. We're still in the top 5. We've gone down 1 from his top 20 podcasts. Ian Dale, thank you very much. We've gone
Who did we drop down for?
Price of Football.
Cammy
went number 1.
No, Cammy and Ben Shepherd.
Cammy and Ben Shepherd.
All
Yeah.
right.
Which, to
Not
be
happy
fair,
about that.
I'll tell you what.
I don't know. I've listened to them
all
and I
of the
quite
20
enjoyed
are probably
them.
better than us, if I'm honest with you. We're a complete shower.
Well,
Just
not
goes to
today,
show,
are we?
doesn't it?
Because
I
we're
just
waiting
think
for that
we're Ian's
unvented
just
plumber to
guilty
turn up,
Yeah.
Sean.
We're so bad, we're good. I think that's the only reason we get in
Sean,
there.
we can't be a shower. The unvented plumber ain't turned up yet.
No fucking shower.
That's
There's
true.
no shower. The
That's true.
water's off. Daniel McClelland, short question. He says, am I mad to think we should keep boys? No, Dan, you're not. Don't listen to them. Just think grass is always greener. We'll definitely end up with Big Sam 2.0, Sean Dyche. But Dan, you've heard us talk. A few of us would like Sean Dyche, wouldn't say no. But he just wanted to say cheers for the show every week. Even though I watch every game, you help me keep in the loop since moving down under. Up
wow.
the Hammers and Brady out.
Brady
Good day,
out.
mate.
Although I'm not sure it's much of a fucking show, to be honest, as we just discussed.
Yeah. Yes.
We're not going to jump up the rankings, are we?
Yeah,
by
no.
talking
We're
about
fucking
plumbing?
clinging on for dear life.
If we were charging, people would be asking for a refund. Your mate's back, Sean. Gary Prince.
Go on.
Long time no question. Happy New Year, especially Sean. He misses your wisdom. I'm not sure you'll think that now. Sad news about Mr. Gold. Came across
Yeah.
as a very decent guy. Did very well for himself and his family. And it must have been a dream for him to end up as a co-owner of the club. Dream for him, nightmare for a lot of us, though. Condolences to his family. As a tribute, could you bring back David Gold question time for a one-off special? Perhaps we'll do that next weekend.
Goldie's
we'll have a
Ghost.
seance.
I'll get the reverb out.
The one thing
we'll have a seance.
Yeah.
One thing that slightly surprised me with the club is saying after a short illness, you know.
Yeah, because he would look. Well,
He'd been poorly since.
I'm glad I got my weekend at Bernie's picture out the double quick.
He'd been poorly since the pandemic. You know, he caught COVID, I think, 3 times.
3 times. You don't think you know because you told us this 10 times, Sean.
And not on the podcast, I don't think.
Oh, right.
And he obviously had pneumonia, which I think was well. And he started looking frail and gaunt. And I think I said on the special, you know, up to the end, he went, oh, I feel the best I've ever felt. And, you know, I'm not ready to die.
His brother's still alive, and his brother's only a couple of years younger than him, Ralph.
Yeah.
Pretty sure his mum. I remember his mum had a 90th birthday party in the supporters.
We met Ralph, didn't we, in the box that day with?
No,
Sean,
oh
no, you went outside. Of course, when Sean, Ralph and David came.
You keep saying this. That was not Ralph.
Who was it then?
That was his mate.
Oh,
David Gold's mate.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
The one that he put on the board.
Yeah. What's his name?
I've forgotten now.
I know who you mean now.
Yeah.
I thought it was
his
Ralph
schoolmate.
at the time.
No.
Yeah, I know who you mean. Harry or something.
Well, it weren't Harry, but anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway. Sean's mate Gary says, second question, great result at Brentford. Sean, are you happy we put out a strong team? Do you feel we can now build on that result? Or would you prefer seeing a weaker team us lose and you see the cups as a distraction? He says, if you do see the cups as a distraction, why?
No, I'm not sure I see the League Cup maybe as distraction, but the FA Cup is still pretty special. I'd love, after coming so close in that Liverpool game that, I know all of us were there. Well, I think you were there, Len, weren't you?
No.
Oh, you weren't?
No, I could only get one ticket.
So it wasn't the same in 1980. I know I was alive in 74. 75, what was it?
If you was live in 74, you'd have seen Liverpool beat Newcastle.
Sorry, 75.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But I was only, 7. And obviously, the FA Cup in 1980, it wasn't my FA Cup. So my FA Cup was 2006. So I want, before I die, to experience that. And each year I want us to go all the way. We got so close. It seemed unfair that, Scaloni could win the World Cup, but he couldn't win us the bloody FA Cup.
I think you are picking on him.
Well, you don't think putting it out, we would have won it?
I think he did what a lot of players would have done. It was obviously panicked, but when he kicked the ball out, we had another chance to clear it, which I think Anton Ferdinand failed to do.
Oh, really?
When it fell to Gerrard to hit the ball.
Please move on.
Anyway.
But David Moyes, 90% win record in the Cups this year.
How many?
90%.
Yeah.
Win record.
I still think we can win the Europa League as well.
We're not even in it. Oh,
yeah,
right.
Europa Conference League.
Yeah, no, I do. Father Chris is back. Not seen him for a while, but hello, Chris.
Oh, he's been on Facebook.
Hello,
posting
Chris.
Poachers.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying, not seen him in the flesh. I've seen him at games. So he ain't got a question, but he just wanted to big up Len's film, which you've not seen.
Chris.
Academy 74 people. He said it's a period before my time, but enjoyed it and found it really interesting.
Good.
And that's why it was
Thank
made,
you,
Chris. Jack Rush is in a hurry, so he's a short question. Evening, gents, no question. He just wants to say, I can't wait for the new manager bounce. Ariola, Downs and Fornells with Transformers. Brady out.
Radio out. He's always out by the sound of it.
Yeah. Marion Williams, or Boyles, it's the Welsh wizard from Herefordshire. Disappointed that I drove all the way to Leeds via Manchester. He said, don't ask. And he didn't get a mention in Dodds' away day review. Question for you.
He's got a new crowd, actually,
Oh,
Marion, that he sort of hangs around
yes.
with now.
Yeah.
Goat herders.
Question for you. Does the Stooge ever attend games at the London Stadium? Well, as we've just discovered, his seat
when he's here.
He's not necessarily there.
Look, I've only booked 8 holidays this year, so most of them are not arranged round West Ham games. I will be at Everton.
Here's a thing that I did not know about. Being a collector, does the Shadmen have the collector cards that were withdrawn by the club? I don't know about this. I thought this was for kids, but it's quite funny because it says for info, it's the one showing an Italian as a Brazilian. Obviously,
Yes.
that's Emerson.
Yes.
And the one that was due to be issued of a German national on Remembrance Day.
Yeah. I'm surprised you don't know that because I actually wrote an article on 6'2" on this, and it's a bit it's a bit sad you don't even know this story.
No, I don't.
They're
So,
on sale on eBay afterwards.
what were? What
The
these
cards,
collector
the
cards?
misprints that they withdrew.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
right. No, I'll have to have a look, see if I can get hold of one then.
Yeah. One was Emerson, and the other one was
I thought it was just for kids, these
yeah,
cards.
they are for kids.
Oh, right.
They're given away for free. But once
well,
they
I'm not a kid
realise
anymore.
That's too much.
their mistake, they quickly. So there's only usually there's thousands of them. There were only a few of these before someone pointed out you've got the wrong
right.
nationality.
So who gets them made? Who do you think gets them made?
Well,
Media department, is it?
no, the supporter. You've got to talk to Jake Heath's department.
Oh, is it? Oh, so the media department wouldn't have an input in it. Is Jake
The
not
media
part-
department are media. There's marketing. If you're talking, did the marketing
marketing
department,
the media department?
well, there's a difference between media and marketing, right?
Would the program editor be involved?
No.
Or is this type of mistake?
Huh? No.
No.
Leave him alone, for
Oh, right.
Christ's sake.
Okay. What? Not mentioned him once. Matthew Kemp, Spandau Ballet's roadie. Evening, gents. He said, the stats don't lie. I think that was a song, wasn't it? One shot on target against Brentford. They all count, Matt.
Yeah.
And against Leeds away, one corner in 90 minutes. No disrespect, Matt. When was the last time we scored from a corner? It's all about the goals, mate.
But you can understand what he's saying.
I get where he's going. He says, and only 2 shots on target, and it delivered 2 goals. It's not rocket science. Yeah, get your shots on target. But then, if the shots ain't on target, Matt, is that Moyes' fault or the player shooting? We'll leave that there for now. Part of that bus. 2022, West Ham recorded 11 wins. That's very poor. Yes, 33 points for those 11 wins. Chuck in the 6 draws we got, 39. We stay up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not bigging it up. I'm not saying it's great, but it's not relegation. It's not relegation. Time for a change. He said that includes Warburton. And I'll make you right. I've always preferred Ovis because they've offered nothing. And Moyes will be rewarded for failure with a job at Everton, which probably would. And he says, as Jimmy Greaves once said, it's a funny old game. Going through. Stuart Ling, this old ding-a-ling. Brady out. And he's put stickers soon to be placed strategically around a pit of misery. Cheers then. Can I just say, it is very affirming to come back after the World Cup to see my stickers are still...
Yes.
they're still on my seat and they're still on the staircase.
Fantastic.
So
It's still
if
on
you
the
want to send me
inside
some
my
more,
stick-
I'll
my
put some
case.
more up.
They're all
But,
gone.
oh, they? Oh, that's a shame.
I'll have to get an aeroplane to fly over.
Yeah, actually get an airplane to fly over with that sticker picture.
Yeah.
that
A big flag or something.
Yeah,
Or
actually,
a T-shirt.
actually, I think that's what we need to do.
All right.
Anyway,
How are we doing, by the way?
Yeah, we're cracking on. Evening, gents. He said, with our recent displays of spirit and fight shown on the pitch and the slight upturn in results and performance in those last 2 games away from home, if he manages to save 4 points from Wolves or Everton, are you still Moyes out? I think he's talking to you, Len. Or would you keep him until the summer at least?
Well, if he gets a... no, 4 points to them 2, no, I wouldn't be Moyes out. I'd leave it to the summer.
Right, okay.
But it's going to be strange if he gets a point against Wolves.
He's going to win.
That would be tricky.
Mm.
But then if he only gets a point against Everton, I would be fucking annoyed.
Yeah.
So either scenario is not great.
No. And the thing you got to look at is that Arsenal just scored. The thing you got to look at is if you look at the games that we played in this run where we've not won. Yeah, I think it's only Arsenal. Realistically, you look at it and you think only Arsenal are a team you would really expect us to lose. You know, the others: Leicester at home, Palace at home, Brentford at home. When you start saying it like that, you think,
it's fucking dreadful.
That's not good.
And what's worse, Moyes ain't got his shit together. He hasn't.
No.
Still don't know what team to play.
So
Fucking hell.
And the funny thing is, the 2 or 3 games after the Everton game,
I dare to think.
I think are a bit dismal. We've got Newcastle, I think Spurs. You know, it's not going to be. We could go back to being the Norwegians in the Eurovision Song Contest.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's Monday
Talking
today.
that, do you see who's thrown their hat in the ring to sing for the UK this year in the Eurovision?
Karen Brady?
No.
Sean's plumber?
No. No, he's unvented. It's Public Image Limited.
I just see a little post. I didn't read into it a lot, but
Of course, Sean knows who they are, Public Image Limited.
yeah,
didn't
Of course
he?
they do.
come on, tell us.
Who are they then? Who are they?
Name 2 members, Sean.
Well, they were an old band in...
An old band.
They're a punk band, weren't they?
Were they? I don't know. Tell us. Well, you're the
So-
DJ, Sean,
Come
not
on,
us.
Shawnee, Bonnie.
Well, it was John Lydon, wasn't it? Was it John Lydon?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Johnny Rotten?
You guess, that is not 2 members. I'll just point out they're the same people. Sean.
I know, of course I know that.
Yeah.
I remember the Sex Pistols. Come on, I'm not that ancient.
No. Well, you must be if you do. Anyway.
Are they still going? I had no idea that Peel was still going.
Yeah, Public Image Limited, yeah, still going. I think they had an album out last year. Or the year before, it might have been 2021.
Wow, I never knew that.
They did stop, didn't John?
Oh, they did stop.
He did
Lydon
stop, yeah.
stop to look after
His
Charles.
wife, when she had
Yeah.
Alzheimer's, his wife, yeah, she died, I think, this last year. Pretty sure. Stuart finishes with... Stuart, can I just say, thanks for your messages of support you sent me the other day. Very appreciated. He bigged up me and Len big time. Never mind, Sean. I see some of the very anti-Moyes YouTubers still want him gone, no matter what he does. He says, me personally, I would stick until the summer, see where we're at. And if we get a few points from those highly significant comings-ups, just don't see the point in potentially disrupting everything, starting from scratch at the halfway mark, whilst we're still in the cups and out the bottom 3.
The change is quick, though, isn't it?
It does.
Big game Saturday.
Yeah.
I think we're going to hear a lot about it this week.
He's a bit, especially after watching their robbery at Anfield, which I never really discussed.
God,
The VAR decisions, mate.
Your trap.
Chauffeur here, beep beep, Paul, no land. Questions. He says, have we turned a corner or are we going in a circle? Good point. Circle or corner, Sean?
Circle.
Okay. Circle or corner, Lynn?
We're going in a circle, I think.
Yeah. I think we're going in a circle as well. He says, I don't think we've been impressive in either games. Struggled to beat depleted Brentford and we couldn't hang on to the leads. But he wants to give the manager time. But we need a change because he thinks it will cost us much more if we go down and getting rid of Moyes. Question for Sean. Do you think Gold's daughters will sell their shares?
I think they might. I, I wrote about this, and it was in the interview, but I think they will
Yes or
retain
no?
all or some of them. I think there's a chance that maybe 7% are
Right.
sold, but I think that the majority will be retained. Is my view.
All right. Okay. Um, he says he's got a story for you regarding Jackie Golden a visit around Summer's head office. But that's for another time.
Oh, really? Well, there's
Yeah.
a story about that
All
actually.
right. Finally, what
I
West
bet.
Ham related gifts did you all get for Christmas? He said
None.
he only got the Mark Noble book.
Do you know what? I haven't got that, but what I did get, my missus said, "But you'll never use it." Um, she got me a West Ham glasses case. I'm forever like shoving my glasses in my pocket, and always they're dirty.
All
So
right.
she got me a West Ham branded claret case with a West Ham cleaning cloth in it. Very nice too.
All right.
And I got a West Ham air freshener from my daughter as well.
Okay. I did get, yes. I did get West Ham. I got given a West Ham quiz card set, which is quite good. Unfortunately, they give you the answers under the question.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
You can't
It's
even
an
like,
official product, is it?
yeah, but you know when you think I can't even sit here on my own and play it just for fun
No.
because I'm looking at the answer as I look at the question. So yes, and I've got some. I've got Noble's book. I've got what's his
Is it
name?
coloured in?
No. Well, no, I don't even think it's autographed. X. What's the other book? I've got a good book by a bloke called Bill Ellis who used to be a car cleaner. He used to clean the cars. It went under Harry. He got unemployed, mate. He lost his job, so he went to the training ground. He used to collect autographs. He said, "Can I clean the
I
players'
drew his
cars?"
portrait.
Right, and he ended up getting a job with the club.
Yeah.
And it's a book. It looks like it's a self-funded book because it's quite thick. Loads of different chapters with just short stories, but it's so interesting to read back the Yarry days of the club, like some of the funny things that happened.
Yeah. Don't I get a claim for knowing Bill Ellis at night, Sean?
Well, he's not really
Is
famous.
that not a name drop? Write a fucking book. You ain't shit night.
Hang on, who did you say?
Bill Ellis.
2-0.
I don't really know him. I've only drawn him. I can't get a claim for drawing people.
Okay.
But,
Just reminded me something completely unrelated. Mark Noble. We didn't discuss Mark Noble starting on the 2nd since we recorded last. And
well, since he joined the club, we've not lost.
yeah, true. David Moyes said something very strange. A reporter said, "Are you really glad? Are you really pleased to have Mark Noble back?" And do you know what he said? He didn't say yes. He asked David
I
Moyes.
bet something like. I bet he played his job down.
Yeah, he did.
There's a shock, isn't it?
He said, "Well, of course he's a trainee, so he's a trainee
Fucking hell, I
sports
didn't
director.
think he played down that much.
He needs to learn. He's got a long way to go to learn how to be a sports director, but he's only a trainee." Didn't say, "Oh, it's great to have him," and then he said, "Oh, he's a big personality, but not in the dressing room." Or...
He's got his degree from Harvard, Sean.
I know
That's
that.
a bit to play him down in that. David Moyes ain't got a degree in 2 months from Harvard.
I understand that, but I see what I read from that is David Moyes sees him as a threat.
Oh.
I mean, why would you say that? Why would you not say, "Oh yeah, it's really great to have him around the place," but actually call him, "Well, of course he's a trainee. He's got to learn how to be a sports director, and you know, it's great for him." Not great for David Moyes, but great.
Moyes needs to watch out that he don't practice on him in attacking managers.
Well, I could see, by the way, that if Moyes did go and they didn't have anyone ready, that maybe Mark Warburton being the head coach and Mark Noble being sort of the chief cheerleader in the dressing room, you could see that. Obviously, he hasn't got his coaching badges to really properly take over, but you could see those two together.
Yeah, but Sean, couldn't he just go to like Harvard and get them in like a couple of weeks?
I'm sure you could probably buy a coaching
The
badge.
coaching badge, yeah. Can't he go to
Can-
like the
here's a
University
question.
of Ghana
Here's
and get
my
a coaching
question.
badge?
Here's my question.
What's your
to you.
question, Sean?
My question is, can you manage a Premier League side short term without having your UEFA badges?
I don't think you can, no.
So,
Do you have to have UEFA badges
well,
to be a manager?
Well, that's my question.
To be a manager.
Did Trevor Brooking have those badges?
No.
No.
Hang on a minute.
Did Kevin Keane have those badges? Maybe Kevin Keane.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Trevor
Trevor
he
Brooking,
might
no.
have.
I'm not. I mean, I don't know the answer to the question, but I'm just saying, do you
But
definitely
that
have
might
to
not have been
have
it back then, in 2003.
pro license, isn't it?
I
Yeah,
think
UEFA A you got to have.
I think I've got a funny feeling. I remember Trevor saying, "I have actually got my badges," because someone asked him, "Would you go into management again?" And I think he replied, "I have actually got
Sorry, who
coaching
did you
badges,
mention?
but I
Who
don't
did you
want,
just mention
even though I
there?
didn't want to do it, or I read it."
Who was that? Said that?
I think Trevor Brooking said it in front of me once. So, Sir Trevor Brooking. You know what?
Trevor
I
Brookings
reckon.
said to me.
Right. I reckon someone's been thinking about the big game Saturday.
Hmm.
I would say what you just said there about if there's no one lined up. I reckon someone's been approached now.
I've been told not, but what do I know?
Oxford have got a big RIP Joey Beecham flag. And funny enough, the picture looks nothing like Joey Beecham. Strange what you see. Anyway, Barney, how you doing, mate? On WhatsApp. See, Dodsey? I do allow WhatsApp posts, just not from you.
Oh, here we are. I found it.
Oh,
A pro license is required for anyone who wishes to manage a football club in the top tier of any European Nations League on a permanent basis, as defined as 12 weeks or more. Then the amount of time an unqualified caretaker is allowed to take control. So basically, someone like Mark Noble would be able to take control for 12 weeks as a caretaker. And that's probably
that's
how...
ample time for him to get his Harvard football badges.
And that's probably how Sir Trevor Brooking did it.
No, because
No,
there
because
was
you
a close
didn't need
season in
them
the
back
middle.
then.
You didn't need a pro
So,
license.
You didn't need a pro license back
Okay,
then.
fair enough.
Anyway,
There you go.
Barney says, "Evening, lads. It's great to see that we're back." He wants to ask, it's a good question, why do fans who want Moyes out appear to be on a mission to make every fan think the same? Why not just
Well, I'm
accept a different opinion? And he says, "P.S. The word bandwagon has definitely not, I repeat, not been used. Brady out."
Radio.
I don't know. The Moyes out people equally, and I'm not naming names because I'll upset them or him, have accused Moyes in people of vilifying Moyes out people. So it swings both ways.
3-0. Yeah, quite rightly so.
But I think this is the sea change in the fan base, because now people like some of the Moyes outers are saying, "Well, where's your evidence of keeping him?" And which makes the Moyes people who want to keep Moyes kind of weakens their case, if you know what I mean. Which is I just think a lot of the Moyes outers, possibly me included, I should think a bit more before I say this, are thinking, well, I might not have been that before the owners started saying, "No, we're new, we're moving to the next level and stuff." I've gone from being the type of person who doesn't like managers sacked and giving managers time and not fearing relegation to that I've already decided I don't want my club run like that anymore. But then there's a lot of things I don't like about my club. That I actually probably, now football's moved on, I do see the attraction in changing managers. Whereas it was something I used to be quite proud of that we didn't do it. Now I think to myself, well, I don't really support that club anymore, that same club, and that maybe the way to go is to change the manager. Because a lot of when this happens, when we know there is a situation we're in, whereas a lot of people would say David Moyes deserves a chance to whatever degree you want. When someone like my friends on Talksport, Clang, say
He's left it now, hasn't he?
I'm not going to go through them all, but when they say, you know, West Ham shouldn't have done it, a lot of the fans kind of take offence for that, where really David Sullivan did it. He's the only one, or Cameron Brady, but it's David Sullivan's choice whether to sack the manager or not. And it was only David Sullivan who sacked him the first time. And it was David Sullivan who pictured himself with a city handshake with Pellegrini in his lounge. But for some reason, it's West Ham as a club in its entirety, even with the fans, that sacked David Moyes the first time, and we should feel ashamed. And I think, actually now, we shouldn't feel ashamed for sacking managers. Especially not the fans, because it's not us that do it. And that, you know, we should play with this sort of change the manager thing, because it's how football is now. We've already sold our soul by fucking moving, so I don't give a fuck about not giving the manager enough time anymore. I think that's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it is funny because it comes back to what I told David Gold, I think, first time back in 2013. You know, if West Ham go to that stadium, stay as West Ham, you know, you're going to have trouble.
Yeah.
By moving to that stadium, the club had to change.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to
put
fail.
a lot of pressure on themselves.
And the problem is, actually, the club has remained West Ham.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind. Yeah, but it highlights for a lot of people. Yeah, but because what you think is, if we didn't change, what was the point of the move then?
Yeah, exactly. And on top of what you've said, you got to take into account other clubs, what they might do. I mean, look at Newcastle now.
Yeah.
They're in a position to be a giant, and they actually haven't even spent as much money as us, and they've already made the transition.
No,
we never even did.
And the thing I used to say, funny enough, before we moved was they got a 50,000 seat stadium and they hadn't won anything.
Yeah.
Since 1969.
Yeah.
So actually, having the amount of fans in the ground did not equate to success.
No. Don't upset Sean.
No, I know. And it had nothing to do with it. And the fact is that Leicester were in a new ground, which we didn't have, but their new ground holds, what, 35,000? 30,000, I think. King Power. Stadium capacity. Yet they've won the FA Cup. I don't know if they've won I think they've won the League Cup while they've been there. They may not have won the League Cup. But, I mean, in our lifetime, in the Premier League's lifetime, Leicester have won the League Cup, the FA Cup, and I think they've won the League Cup twice, the FA Cup and the Premier League.
Good going when you think about it.
And you know, I think you look at it and you think, well, they've won everything, and they've done it with, you know, a 30,000 support base. So the move was not necessary, and you know, it's done now. We've gone. We've got 60,000, if you believe what the clubs say, and we still don't win anything. But we never know. We live in hope. And moving on, last question comes from Dan on Twitter. A recent club statement on average attendance, which we all know is bollocks, as it's purely tickets sold. He said, has the Bald Stooge ever submitted a freedom of info request to get the real attendance figures?
Yeah, often.
And what do you think is the true number? So it goes with 50,000. Right, I'll just read out. This is what the club statement on the 29th of December.
I read it.
David Moyes has praised the Claret and Blue Army for the incredible support. The Hammers have been roared on by the 5th highest average attendance in world football. I mean, that is an outstanding thing. With an average of 62,449 fans going to the London Stadium for each of the club's 8 home Premier League matches, and another capacity crowd expected Friday's year-ending derby with Brentford. A 3/4 full stadium that night against Brentford, people. There you go. So, go on, Sean.
Look, I have in the past, and funny enough, I was thinking of that. I just put a few Freedom Informations. One actually was a 5-page letter that was leaked to the Evening Standard, probably from LLDC. So I've put in Freedom Information to LLDC and the London Mayor and London Assembly to get a copy of that letter written by Miss Brady about paying more for the London Stadium and naming rights and a number of other things. The London Mayor, as you said on the Twitter thing, referred to it quite a lot and said, "Oh, everyone's been copied in." And I thought, well, I want a copy of that, and that's a great thing about freedom of information. And there's been some other bits on the SAG where, you know, they've talked about that West Ham are writing to people about persistent standing and the wall. They're not going to do anything about it. So put that aside. To answer the question, I have basically it's been between 47 and 59,000, and obviously this is when we were up to 60 as a real attendance, but I haven't asked lately. And you know, I was just sitting there the other day and thinking, oh, I need to put a freedom of information in. What should I put in? And I thought, let's ask for the real attendance for the whole of this season so far. So it is a work in progress. So yeah, coming to a article on 6'2" near you very soon.
There you go. And lastly, Bellwood Construction Limited, who are not sponsoring this episode.
Have they got an unvented plumber?
I don't know.
They're a construction company, sure.
No, but they might have unvented plumbers.
Oh,
If you're an unvented plumber, could you write to me?
I'd love to know. Can someone look up, one of you two, look up what an unvented plumber is? Does it
well, you
mean
got
like
a
he has
vented
to
system
keep?
and unvented system.
Or does he not have to keep the windows up in his van, or like?
It's
I don't know.
it's apparently it's a danger thing. Danger.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So
Hot
have you
water
not got a flue on your boiler then? Is that like unvented?
No, so an unvented hot water system takes cold water directly from supply from the incoming water mains.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's more dangerous. I think they can explode because they're pressurized.
Oh, right. Okay.
This isn't a plumbing podcast.
Right.
And we're nearly at 3 hours.
I know.
Well, the only thing is, I'd say, is I recently had a new boiler fitted, and a Worcester Bosch boiler, and it replaced my 1970s boiler that was in the house when I bought it 18 years ago. And this new Worcester Bosch boiler has had more parts replaced on it than the old boiler did in the 18 years I was owner of it. And I've only had it 3 weeks. But it seems to be working now, apart from every now and again the loud clunk noise from the pipes now. But anyway, Bellwood Construction, to finish up, says, I know Shedman loves a bit of Moyes, and the whole give him a chance because what he's done for us for the past couple of seasons, that's only one of the reasons, Bell. But come on, it's getting boring now.
It's getting boring.
Says, I'm fed up with watching bang average teams look like Barcelona against us, in the sense they hold onto the ball and move it well, and we just chase around after them. Why can we not be possession team for once in our lives?
Yeah.
Moyes coming with a good plan, but he's been
Yeah.
sussed out, no plan B, and makes the same subs every week. I have criticised him for his substitutions, Bell. Or is it Wood? But why are we not playing Antonio and Scamacca and go for it? He spent all the Rice money. I loved it. He spent all the Rice money on good players and plays the same old system and style. It's boring. I won't read that bit out of respect. But anyway, he says it's boring. Thanks, your biggest fan. No, thank you. Bellwood Construction.
Thank you, Bellwood. Do agree with a lot of what he says.
Yeah, George just give him a thumbs up. Oh dear. Give him a thumbs up. There you go.
Right, that's done.
That's it. I think we'll call it quits there because this Meta Business Suite. I hate doing Facebook on my laptop and not on my phone because it jumbles up every time I touch it. But that's 28 comments.
Okay, all right. Well, until next week, question time is back. You can't say we didn't answer your
No,
questions.
sorry. One more.
Go on.
I've got to read him out because he's my pen pal.
Oh,
It's Dave Sexton's son. It's Uncle Ted. Is there any rules about surrounding the refs and abuse him? He said seems to have got
Yes.
worse after the World Cup. And he's got, and some managers need to calm down.
Oh, Teta.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he's calm today because they're winning 3-0.
no, there are real rules.
P.S.
And,
Happy New Year to you all.
yeah, happy
Thank
New
you,
Year.
Happy New
Last
Year.
time we're going to say.
Happy New Year to you.
It's the first time I've said it.
Yeah, cool.
So there are rules, isn't there, about the way managers behave and
What's the time? Oh my god.
9:45.
Anyway, I better get on with.
You got to find your venting
I've
plumber.
got to get a bloody plumber.
I don't think they're coming tonight, Sean. I'll
No.
give you a clue.
Anyway, I've been Sean for the second time. Nigel has been
Unvented.
for the second time, and Len has been.
Sick of plumbers. Name dropping. Yeah.
Have you tried the Mario Brothers, Sean? They're pretty decent, I've heard.
Bye.
Bobby Moore. More than just a podcast. Bobby Moore. More than just a podcast.